What's up, YouTube, and welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark.
And I'm Brent. Let's get started.
What's up, everybody, and thanks for stopping in. And it's Monday night, so we're coming at you with our Legion list. It's a list of what we have in our pool boxes for this week, and what we're going to be looking at is our top picks for the week and a few honorable mentions. But before we get started, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when future videos drop, and keep up with all things Legion.
Yeah, and make sure you hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you're picking up this week and what you think that we should be picking up this week.
And be sure to check us out on our other social media platforms. We have an Instagram account. You can find us at legion.of.comics, as well as our Facebook page. You can hit us up on there, and happy to chat with people. And if you got a page or anything, you can always message us and help us find your content and see what you're into as well. So let's just jump right into it, Brent. Let's look at our top picks. We do have pretty much an identical list almost this week, and surprisingly, not a single thing from Marvel made it into either of our boxes, but there are some good stuff in our boxes.
Yeah, so starting off for me is going to be Firepower number 5. Pretty excited about that one. Last issue, everything that they've been building up to the last 4 issues, I feel like is coming to an head in this one. So really excited to see what's going to go down.
Same here. And next on our list, we have Batman 102, and this is still following the aftermath of the Joker War, and this is Tynion the Fourth coming at us with another one of the mini books that he's releasing these days, and they're all seem to be really good. So we had a tease of the Ghostmaker at the end of the Joker War, and we're kind of getting the first full little grapple, as the cover suggests, with the Ghostmaker, and hopefully we might be able to get a little idea of who the Ghostmaker might be. And the whole concept is the Ghostmaker thinks that Batman's had his chance, and a new person needs to step up and get the job done properly. So we'll see how that all plays out. I'm hoping that this reveal holds up and this character might keep a little bit of weight. There's been a lot of new characters introduced in Batman since Tynion took over, so let's see if any of them stick.
For sure, yeah. Next up for me is going to be Deceased number 5 as well. Love that Matina cover. So good, so good. Yeah, the last issue for Deceased kind of just like, I mean, I swear each one just ramps it up even more, and we see an anti-life dark side coming down on New Genesis at the end of last issue. So we'll see how Mr. Miracle and company handles a giant anti-life dark side.
Looking forward to Constantine's little plan he might have up his sleeve as well.
Always has one.
Mm-hmm. Next up on our list is Justice League, issue number 56, and this is coming to you from Joshua Williamson, fresh off of his Flash run. But we have the Titans on their assault on Brimstone Bay to go free the Legion of Doom, led by Lex Luthor himself. And as they got close, things got worse, and they're now face-to-face with the Omega Knight, a Titan-sized disciple of Perpetua herself. And while the Titans are facing off with this alpha-level threat, Hawkgirl is fighting for the soul of her husband, John Jones, against the Dark Mindhunter. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out and how heavily tied it's going to be into the actual Metal series. This has been like the only real actual tie into it. All those one-shots have just been that. They've been one-shots, and they've been heavy with the continuity for the main story. But so this is really the only tie-in we've had for it, and it's been good so far. It's definitely worth the read.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I generally wouldn't pick up Justice League myself, but with the death metal stuff, it's really been pretty awesome.
Love me some Justice League, but normally because it's a throwaway book normally,
Yeah,
it's just something fun to read that just you don't have to work too hard to read it.
Definitely. So my top pick of the week, definitely been looking forward to this one big time. I'm a huge Donny Cates fan. And we're going with Crossover number 1. Just the concept of this is amazing. It's basically what would happen if an event from a comic book bleeds over into the real world. It follows Ellie. I believe she is either a comic shop owner or works at a comic shop, and she's sort of the center of this universe where this event, crosses dimensions into our actual world. What's really cool is there is going to be actual characters from like other Image titles that will be making appearances in this book. So definitely an interesting concept. We're really looking forward to seeing how these characters from different titles interact with each other. With it being Donny Cates, I'm pretty sure we'll get some God Country, some characters from Redneck, all kinds of stuff. So
And
definitely
especially analogs for characters from all other comic universes as well. I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
a splash page of the art, and you can just pick out, oh, that's supposed to be this person, that's supposed to be that person. And that's
yeah,
always fun. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
for
So
sure.
my top pick of the week, the one I'm most excited for, it's been a long build up to get here and let our background give it away. It's going to be Mighty Morphin issue number 1. The series has now got to the point where it has split into 2 separate series. There's just too much for one series to contain. So the OG Mighty Morphin team is going to be carrying this title with the Mighty Morphin name across it, and the Omega Rangers are going to be in a separate title with just Power Rangers in the name. And this team, now that they have the new Green Ranger on board, they're still going to be figuring out how that dynamic's going to work. The Rangers haven't even met him yet, and he hasn't even been revealed to the readers as well. So they're going to be facing off against a new, more powerful Zed, and it's supposed to promise to shake up everything that we've known about Power Rangers up until this point, which I feel like this series has continued to do all
Oh
the way
yeah,
from the start of Shattered Grid to Beyond the Grid to this point right here. So now that we're past any kind of hold to the original foundation of the show, I'm excited to see where it's going to go from here. I have high expectations for it, and I hope that doesn't shoot me in the foot.
yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm excited for the split myself because it's like I mentioned before. I hate that they've kind of done this back and forth thing with, this month is going to be the Omega Ranger issue, and then this next month is going to be the Mighty Morphin team issue.
It's like watching Lost.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Now,
so
as you see on the cover, I'm really excited. We still have Ryan Parrott writing it, and I do definitely believe that his writing has picked up and gotten a lot sharper as he's been going. And I haven't been a fan of the art at all whatsoever. It just being straightforward, I think it's been terrible. Like, just the individual images aren't bad, but as far as a clear, concise visual story flow, it has been horrible, absolutely horrible. And that's not my opinion. That's just an objective fact. But anyways, we do have a new artist on this. It's Marco Renna, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do with it. I've seen some of the interior pages, and they look really similar. They do look a little more clean, though, and the characters do look a little more like their real life counterparts, which I think is really cool. So I'm excited to see how it actually plays out in the book.
definitely. So moving on to our honorable mentions for the week, I've got The Walking Dead Deluxe #2 coming out. It's kind of cool being able to see the series in color again, not again, but just in color. But also, I mentioned last month or a couple weeks ago when this was coming out that it was supposed to have extra content from Robert Kirkman. So I was a little disappointed to find out that it was just his plot notes for each issue, with him talking a little bit about them. So that aside, just kind of cool to go back through and read the series again with the added caveat of color. But also, we have Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Hush, coming out this week as well. That was one of my favorite Batman stories, right behind The Long Halloween. And this is kind of shaking it up to where Batman has become hushed. He's called the Silenced, I believe. And Thomas Elliott sort of takes the role of Bruce Wayne in this universe. So, been a huge fan of the Tales of the Dark Multiverse, and looking forward to seeing what this one has to offer.
Absolutely. And this is one of 5 that they have slated coming out now as
Oh
well.
yeah,
Not of Hush, but of 5 one-shots.
yeah,
And 2 more on the honorable mentions list is we have the Sumerian People of the Black Circle #2, which is just Conan from Ablaze Comics. and it's Robert E. Howard's writing. It's a direct translation of his original work into a comic format. It's really cool. The artwork's real gritty and unrefined, and it matches what you're reading very well. I suggest checking it out, as well as Hellblazer Rise and Fall issue number 2 from Black Label. It's 2 of 3 and just a short John Constantine Black Label series. And the first issue is really good. The art in it is really beautiful, and anytime you can do Constantine under a Black Label banner, it's probably worth checking out.
Oh, so, yeah.
That's what we have on our list. Let us know what you have on your list.
Yeah, definitely going to be some good stuff this week. I'm excited for it.
Me as well, Brent. Me as well. But yeah, guys, again, if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified if you hit that notification bell when we have things going on in the future. Next thing we'll have going on is a 200 subscriber giveaway. We're right at 150 right now. So go ahead and jump in, subscribe, and make sure you don't miss when we do that giveaway. We'll be announcing what it is probably when we get to around 175 or so, just to give people time to kind of check it out before the last minute. But until then, guys, keep reading comics, keep collecting.
And as always, we are Legion.